Good day, my friends. Today I want to talk about why I've decided to leave Thailand and go back to Malaysia after just a week or so back in Thailand. So recently I posted a video about deciding if I would kind of get up and move my home base from Thailand to Malaysia after just being there for 3 weeks or so and having quite a positive response from people and a positive experience myself living there, staying there. And I've only stayed in Kuala Lumpur. I've only been in the big city. I've not gotten out of the city in Malaysia yet, but I still loved it. So I've decided, due to the overwhelming response of comments and messages from that video telling me that they'd like me to explore more of the country, or I should stay in Malaysia. I think, a lot of the people are just very proud of Malaysia, and just, it's mostly locals. My following at this point, it's over half Malaysian for my whole audience. And so I think it makes sense to stay where things are going well and where the audience understands my content, understands the language well. It just makes a lot of sense. I didn't need to come back to Thailand. I needed to handle some business, selling some clothes and shoes, dealing with my storage, and celebrating Songkran for the first time. That was really fun. But I think it's better for me to treat Thailand more as a holiday destination, or just a place to decompress a little bit. Just hang out by the beach and relax. Otherwise, I think I can be more focused, live healthier in Malaysia overall. I don't drink, I don't go out, I don't party, and so it just kind of suits me a little bit better for now, since I'm trying to focus on making videos, and that's kind of my whole thing. I'm gonna go where people are most engaged and people are most responsive to what I'm doing. And so far, amongst going to Thailand and going to Indonesia and doing content in both of those places for much longer than Malaysia, still Malaysia has outperformed 10 times those places. So I'm coming up with a plan for Malaysia over this next month or two, and I'm gonna keep it kind of a surprise for people. I'm not gonna tell you exactly where I'm going place to place, so it'll be a little bit of surprise day to day when you see a video from me. I would still like to explore more of Kuala Lumpur as well, so that will be part of the whole trip, but I'm definitely going to get outside of the city for the most part and try many new places in Malaysia, across the whhole country. That's the plan. By various means of travel, land and flying as well, wherever it's, wherever it makes sense, based on the distance and the prices that I can find, stuff like that. Otherwise hoping to just get a new experience, get out of the city. Just being by the beach here in Thailand for a couple of days. I only stayed 1 day in Bangkok, celebrated Songkran. It was crazy, so many people, and I was over it. I was ready to kind of chill out for a couple of days at least. I kind of realized as well, I don't really want to spend too much time in a big city just for too long, for several weeks. I think I'm happier when I'm not. If I'm by the beach or by nature, I'm more happy in general. And I can make similar quality of videos. And then go back to the city here and there. So that's my plan. Otherwise, we'll be figuring it out as we go. I'll take a lot of recommendations into consideration for sure. So for sure, leave a comment if you have an undiscovered spot you think I should go to, or, just a place you think is very nature-esque, something really beautiful that is worth venturing out to, or something that's somewhere that has amazing food or a really cool culture within that area. I'm open to recommendations and ideas for sure. Otherwise, I'll just go off of my research and my instincts, But I'm excited to spend a good amount of time in Malaysia and continue building my Malaysian audience, see how that develops. People are just so much more engaged with my content in Malaysia. And just being back here for a little bit, I realized it's essentially just expats, tourists, and then locals who don't speak the language. And most of the people who watch my content are in Thailand, are just thinking about coming here, or they visit here semi-often, but it's mostly tourists. You know, I have like 4% of my audience is Thai, or 3%, something super minuscule. I'm sure if I could translate all of my videos into Thai, especially verbally, but at least some like proper subtitles, it would help. But still, that's not exactly what I want to do. I think long term I will do that, but for now it would be nice to target some English speaking audience. Like I'd even like to spend some time in Singapore, you know, go to some other areas like Brunei, you know, sorry, my American pronunciation there. But these places look interesting and also have a big English speaking population, or just have English as the secondary language or even primary language. So yeah, I'd love to dabble around in places like that. And it's all new territory for me, you know. I've spent little time in Singapore, 2 days, one time. And I had no money, so couldn't really enjoy it, couldn't really explore properly. So, you know, that's to come too. I'll definitely be doing some Singapore stuff during my trip with Malaysia once financially it's plausible. So that's my loose plan for now. Yeah, something like that. You know, coming back here to Thailand, I did not expect to miss Malaysia as much as I do. Just like miss being there, miss the food there. I didn't expect that, you know. And already just after less than a week being back in Thailand, I just feel like I could easily be happy in Malaysia. I could be healthy and enjoying myself as well. And I find I spend less money. And like I said, it's just such better performance on YouTube. And I get to actually interact with people, whereas in Thailand I get some interaction, but it's just not the same. So yeah, I think for now it makes a lot of sense, especially because it's so close to Thailand. I can come here whenever I want for a short trip. Like I said, more of a holiday. I think that it just fits me better, since I don't partake in nightlife, and that's mostly what is around me here. You know, there are many areas in Thailand. It's very easy to get outside of these zones and live in a local neighborhood. You know, stuff is not Western, and you can get away from all the bar scene and stuff like that. And drinking culture, it's different. You know, it's not as much of a party culture, even though people will still drink alcohol. But I like to be in an area with some Western amenities and influence mixed into the local culture, sometimes at least. And typically in Thailand, that's how I usually live. I like my access, I like my amenities, stuff like this. And so there's a little bit of a disconnect between me and a lot of the people that stay around me, and the other people visiting the area. So yeah, it's not like I have such a strong base of like friends and relationships here that I'm leaving behind. You know, I'm still very much floating around. So yeah, it feels like I could comfortably, sort of long term, make Malaysia more of my home base. For now, I will leave my stuff here, just because it's very cheap and easy to store it, and it's not that far away. Yeah, and I will just move around Malaysia. So no true home base at this point, but that's okay. You know, that's fine. I want to do whatever puts me in the most focused mode, keeps me healthy, and allows me to make good videos and keep improving on what I'm doing here on YouTube. And I feel sometimes I tend to get a little stuck when I'm in one place. So hopefully moving around the country will be helpful rather than staying like in KL for several weeks. Yeah, that's about it. If you guys have any ideas, other places that you would like me to check out, I'm open to it in the future. You know, I'm thinking about the Philippines at some point, but I'm not as interested in staying there. I feel like the quality of living is just lower for what you pay, especially. So it ends up being a little bit pricey, and you don't necessarily get a ton of like quality of life there. With the accommodations, you know, the apartments and everything, the food, I think that like on that front, I will be a little bit disappointed and it would be more just for the sake of hitting the English audience. And also, I do want to see the Philippines, but I want to see it in a short duration. I don't want to plan to go there for like 2 months and explore the whole country just yet. I think if I got outside of Manila, it would probably be cool, but I think I'm just more comfortable with the idea of staying in Malaysia for a longer time and getting more out of my money. You know, I'm kind of doing it on quite a backpacker broke style of travel right now, and it just feels like it's actually easier to do that in Malaysia and still get good value out of what you're spending and your whole experience than in the Philippines, where moving around can be difficult and a little bit pricey. So yeah, for now, here we are. Malaysia, coming back already. I did not expect to be coming back already. You know, I thought I would probably come back to Thailand for 2 months. And then even thought like maybe I'll go to Vietnam from there and whatever. But as interested as I am in Vietnam too, you know, the English is maybe even worse than in Thailand. And so, yeah, I'd rather build an audience first. I'd rather, you know, build that 10,000 to 100,000 subscribers, like a big base of people, and then maybe start exploring. So yeah, I will use Malaysia to jumpstart that and to you know, go somewhere that I'm comfortable now after being there for a couple of weeks. I feel very comfortable to go back. I feel comfortable with the people, the food, how to navigate at least a little bit in KL, that I feel like will help me navigating other parts of the country too. So yeah, I'm excited for that. All right. Another huge motivator for me for staying in Malaysia is that we get 3 months on arrival as an American versus 1 month in Thailand to stay in the country legally. And it's tricky. I mean, Thailand even makes it harder. So you have to spend a little bit of money to extend that 1 month to 2 months. Then you have to leave and come back in. And you can do that many times, and there's not usually too much issues. Sometimes they will hassle you, and if you make a habit of it, they've only recently started to hassle people coming back in and out of the country. Where in Malaysia, there is still no issues to speak of, and you also get 3 months without needing to spend anything off the bat. So that's huge. It's huge. I mean, doing a little trip 4 times a year, even to somewhere like Singapore, somewhere very close, that's really manageable and really easy to do. And it doesn't really impact the life in a negative way, in a big way at all. But the way that Thailand has it set up, it really does impact the quality of life overall. Having to go to immigration and extend your 1 month thing for $50 or so with the agent, or spend the whole day at immigration sucks. And then you still have to leave just a month later and come back in. And it's just, you know, initially it seems like it's going to be fine. Everybody kind of takes it as par for the course, but you will get tired of it. You will get sick of it. Or thinking long term, you know, Malaysia just makes it a lot easier for us, for sure. I don't know about other races, other countries, you know, what they do. If you get 3 months, if you get 2 months, I'm sure there's some countries who aren't getting a visa on arrival in Malaysia, but as an American, it's very easy. So yeah, that's like a huge thing to think about for the long term. Or just making it easy to explore the country without really needing to think about, oh, I'm leaving on this date, when did I arrive? Yeah, I only recently started to take that into account, coming in and out of Thailand a little bit more. And it's just annoying. It's just really annoying having to think about it all the time. And then, you know, go spend $50, go spend, you know, 250 ringgit to extend 1 additional month. Because I refuse to spend all day at immigration dealing with it myself. So I typically will pay the agent. But either way, you know, you're paying either money or time. Thank you. So that's another thing. Makes it a little bit easier. You know, there's some other reasons as well I want to get into. because it wasn't such a clear-cut decision of let me just go because the performance is better, you know? It's also a lot about my health and my well-being and my lifestyle in general. At a place like this, it's very easy to just relax. It's very easy to get comfortable and lose focus with work things, lose track of your schedule properly. For me, it was very easy in Malaysia to stay fit and healthy, or even to get fit and healthy, because when I left last time, I was not like so fit feeling, you know. I started to get bloated and balloon up and just not living super healthy. And then 3 weeks in Kuala Lumpur, I literally lost like 14 pounds. You know, a lot of that was bloat and water weight, but then I was also keeping up with my gym routine, even moving around, you know. It was not that difficult. Not smoking weed over there. It helps. So yeah, I want to prioritize staying focused and being healthy. I like to try and stay in shape. It makes me feel good. It makes me operate better overall in everything I'm doing, including filming content and editing and coming up with ideas. I think a clean body is a clean mind to some extent, you know. So yeah, that's one of my biggest decision makers. You know, if I have to, I'd have to say that, and you know, reaching an English audience would be the prime reasons that I'm going. Thailand is still a great place. You know, I think a lot of people definitely misjudged it in the comments in my other video talking about the two places, and don't really know the place too well, don't understand the people quite so well. But it's not all about bars and nightlife and like promiscuous women. That's not the only thing that Thailand has to offer. It's very family friendly, contrary to what some people may believe. Yeah, there's areas that have lots of nightlife and like lots of party culture here, and that's, you know, lots of party tourism. And then there's areas that are very much not that at all, and you wouldn't be able to find anything like that, you know. So I don't think it's not about one country versus another. It's about what makes sense for me at this moment in my life, you know. And yeah, Malaysia is the better option for me right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm glad you guys made it a little bit easier to choose, I will say. Otherwise, it would be a harder decision of where to go next. You know, now I have all this feedback, this data that tells me like, hey, people want you here. People want you to see their country. Just thousands of comments. It's like, it's overwhelming. I'm very grateful for it, you know. So yeah, I'm curious to see where this whole thing goes several months to a year down the line. I think things will just kick into high gear, you know, as we go along. But very happy with how things have developed so far. So yeah, signing off now. Everyone have a nice day. Drop a thumbs up if you like this video, and I will see you in the next vlog.